Alright guys, what's going on? It's Verbal, and yeah, I'm a little hungover. I went out to watch the New York Red Bulls play last night. That's the soccer or footy team for those of you that don't know, but yeah, maybe had one or two too many. Good times though. My sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich this morning is tasting mighty fine, I'm not going to lie. The coffee is definitely helping me through too. So as you'll know, the name of the video is Verbal Does Tae Kwon Do, and yeah, I used to do Tae Kwon Do, but I'll get to that story in a second. I want to give you guys an idea of what game you're watching, because this is actually going to be posted as a response video. I'm playing with a YouTube commentator as well, WickedSharpnel. If you don't know Wicked, his YouTube link is in the description, and I highly recommend going out and checking him out. He's got this sexy, sultry little beat going on in the background while he talks. He's got a great little soothing voice. I actually listened to one of his commentaries right before I recorded this morning, because that's exactly what I needed while I was eating my little bagel. And he also lives in Austin, Texas, so he's got a great video of him in Halloween and having some great times in Austin, and that was hilarious. And he's also a gun nut, which means he's got a lot of cool guns to show you and play around with, and I've always thought that was pretty fun of him. So we're playing this video, and basically what he did is he posted this video, and there's a pretty cool ending to it. And if you go check him out, you'll see this video, and I'll post the response on the video of his. But I'm also playing with a full Huppet crew that I usually play with, and we're kicking some ass. And basically what had happened here is we were in that lobby. You've all been in this lobby, the one with the shit talkers. Oh, you're fucking suck. You're using umps. You're tryhard. You're noobs. Blah 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 blah. And usually, when we play demo, at least when we play demo to win. Like, we don't fuck around. We protect our bombs and we let the 3 minutes run out, and then when it's our turn, we plant the bombs as quickly as we possibly can do, and we know which bomb to plant first, and we have a strategy. And as soon as one bomb is planted, we get 2 or 3 people moving over to the other one. So you have one group of people protecting and one group of people planting, and we get those games over. Like, if a game goes by that's 5 minutes, it's like, whoa, that took a long time. So that's kind of where we're at. And when these guys were up there, it was like, screw them. Can we please just go and let them have a bomb, and then send it over overtime, and keep this game going for as long as possible, and just have air support up constantly and kick the crap out of them. And that's what we did, and it was really good fun. I'm not gonna lie, some of the best moments were in between games, when you sort of do that halftime switching sides or overtime. For that 10 seconds, you get to hear the other team. I remember specifically one of them was like, "Oh, you guys gave up a bomb that time. You guys are crap." And we were like, "Could you have no clue? We intentionally did that." You'll see on WickedSharpnel's video if you care and go over there. But what he did, he accidentally defused a bomb, and as soon as he defused it, we were like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh shit, sorry," and he even calls it out in his video. And he's like, "Damn, I didn't even mean to do that." It was like second nature to us though to defuse a bomb. So we had to all way back off of, I forget if it's A or B, but we backed off it immediately, going, shit, we gotta back off of this game. We gotta let them plant it so that we can keep going with this particular game. And it was kind of funny. So I actually have one other update for you guys. So you guys know that I work in the advertising industry, and you may or may not know that if you watch the Dave Letterman show, that he's got this series going on his show right now called Live on Letterman, and he basically puts in a bunch of bands and has them perform live on Letterman. And to be honest, there have been bands I don't really care that much about or even know, because, to be honest, I'm old and wrinkly. Most of them I couldn't know. Like, I could name Katy Perry, but that's because she's hot, and that's about it. Well, next week, this coming Tuesday, he is going to have John Bon Jovi on the show. And it's like a group of maybe 400 people that get to go and see it. It's basically like a couple of fan clubs, and then the majority of it is almost exclusively media industry people. So we've got like 20 or 30 tickets. Almost my entire team of people are going, and I'll be going. So what I thought I'd do is maybe you stream it and bring you guys along for the ride. So if you're interested, I'll be tweeting, and basically when I start my Ustream app up, it shoots out a link to where my live stream is. So follow me on Twitter. The link's in the description. And basically, when you see that tweet come up, come over and check out. And I'm not 100% sure how the app works. I know I can see viewers. I don't know if I can see you guys typing anything in. But, you know, feel free to spot by if you're a Bon Jovi fan and sing along with me. Because, I mean, it's cheesy 80 crap music that I absolutely love. And I will go horse singing to it all night Tuesday night. I think it'll happen like maybe 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So if you're interested, there you go. Okay, I've taken way too much time. It's already 5 minutes in and I haven't even talked about Tae Kwon Do or what this story is about. So I've basically got 2 stories for you guys. The first story is about one particular sparring fight that I had with my brother, and the other is sort of consequences of achievement in Taekwondo. And I'll go through my brother's story first. So sparring, if you don't know, is basically just mock fighting. You put on, you know, gloves, and you put on, you know, mitts for your feet as well, and you fight each other, and you learn from that. And, you know, there's a lot of, you know, it's physical, it's hardcore, and you're kicking and punching each other, and you're trying to hurt each other but not really hurt each other, and it's a lot of fun. So my brother and I were having this one particular fight, and we're both right-footed, and my right foot was forward and his right foot was back. Now normally in that situation it means that, you know, you want to kick from behind, you want to get as much power, and that means having your right foot back and then swinging it all the way through and kicking someone. So his assumption was he was in, you know, he had the upper hand here. And what I was trying to do is fake him out. So I'd put all my weight on my front right foot. And what I was trying to do is time it perfectly. So I shifted all my weight to my back left foot and then, you know, swung my right foot up and smacked him in the head. And on this one occasion only, it just worked out absolutely 100% perfect. The timing, the power, the connection, everything. And as he moved forward to kick me, I ducked out of the way, and then my right foot, just from the ground, came up and smacked him right in the side of the head. And we still argue to this day whether I actually knocked him out or not. I think I did, but I'm not 100% because he went horizontal and he fell to the ground with such a thud. Obviously, the entire class was, you know, sort of paying attention at this point in time because it was a pretty damn good kick. My dad was one of the instructors. And, you know, he came over and he was clapping before he realized that, you know, I'd actually knocked my brother silly. And he's looking at me. He's like, wow, good job. And I'm like, yeah, thanks, man, thanks. And then we noticed my brother's lying on the floor going, holy shit, what just happened? And my brother looks up at me and he's like, dude, that was one hell of a kick. And I'm like, damn, are you okay? And, like, I'm not sure if I knocked him out or not, but it came pretty close. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then we kind of started Taekwondo when we were... I want to say like sort of 13, 14, and basically one of the major things you do in Taekwondo is you try and build up the calluses on your knuckles, because, you know, if you ever do get in a fight, you don't want to break your knuckles, and you punch with the first 2 knuckles on your first 2 fingers, and you know, you always see those guys that go and shake their hand off when they punch someone in the movies, and that's because they've punched with, you know, all 4 knuckles on your hand, and those the last 2, your little finger and your ring finger, don't have any bone support behind them. So that's why you build up the calluses on your first 2 knuckles. But you can't do that until you're old enough that your bones have stopped growing. So there's no sense in an 8-year-old, you know, building up the calluses on his knuckles. You wait till you're sort of 15, 16. So we started learning like the theory of it at sort of maybe 13, 14, because Dad did it. Like, Dad did it back in college. He got up a certain amount of time, and then in his late 30s, I think, my dad was like, you know, I kind of want to be in better shape. I want to be in decent shape for, you know, for my wife, for my kids. I want to be able to do stuff. So he got back into Taekwondo. It was something he'd enjoyed at college, and he got back into it, and he actually got his black degree, first degree, and his black belt, and he actually got more than that. He ended up getting up to his 3rd degree. So my dad pretty much knows exactly what he's doing in Taekwondo, and, you know, me and my brother, being that our dad's kind of like our hero, we decided to do it too, and we were all anxious to do it. So 12, 13, we started learning, you know, the words, the terminology, the patterns, stuff that we don't have to do too physically. And then 15, 16, we got pretty serious. Like, we were getting into it. And, you know, by the time I was going for my black belt, and I got my black belt on my 1st degree, you know, black belt in Taekwondo, the seriousness level had got up quite a bit. And, you know, when you go for your black belt, it's a 3-day course. So it's not serious. It's pretty serious. Like, it's not your sort of half an hour, oh yeah, sure, you're good enough, you get your black belt. They really take this shit seriously. And to do that, obviously, I had to take a day off school. So, you know, I walk into my teachers the Monday or the Tuesday. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm going to need to take Friday off. Could you give me the work that I'll have to do so that I can catch up, and I'll have it done before Friday so that, you know, you can look it over and I'm doing it in advance and I'm not missing out on anything. And also, this is, you know, kind of important to me. It's not something that you kind of brag about. Like, I kept all of that stuff to myself. I wasn't the guy out there going, yeah, I'm a black belt, look at me go. You keep it to yourself. You've spent so much time and effort doing it. You don't want anyone knowing. This is for you and for you alone, basically. So I told all my teachers that, and they were all cool except for my business class studies teacher, who obviously is just a complete retard. So she gets into class on Friday when I'm at my Tae Kwon Do exam, and, you know, everyone's like, oh, where's Lars today? And she's like, oh yeah, he's doing his black belt exam. And fucking seriously, what's wrong with you? So I walk in on Monday morning, and, you know, obviously it's gone around the entire goddamn school, because as I walk in, there's like 5 people going, hey Lars, so I heard you know, you did your black belt exam, so how did it go? Do you think you got it? Blah blah blah. And I found out like a week later that yes, I got it. But at the point in time, everyone was, you know, people kind of fall into 2 classes. They're either sort of happy and, hey, congratulations, I didn't know that about you. That's, you know, you take life pretty serious. Well, not seriously, but, you know, you're dedicated to something. That's pretty cool. So I got a little bit of that. And then the other part of it is those douchebags that'll be like, and we all know them, that guy that'll be like, oh yeah, oh, you think you're tough because you got a black belt? I could still kick your ass. And you've got to understand, like, the body type that I had at 18 was slender. Like, I was skinny as a rake. I just had muscles that could do one specific type of thing, and it was fight. I could fight very, very, very well, but, you know, I was no bodybuilder. Like, I looked nothing like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, having a t-shirt on, it didn't look like I had very many muscles. And it was kind of like I was always being, you know, I was the underdog. It was like, oh no, anyone could take him. Christ, he's tiny. And what they didn't realize is training goes a hell of a long way, especially in martial arts. So you tended to get those retards that would always be like, oh, I could take you in a fight. And for the most part, like, my name's Verbal. Dude, I can talk myself out of freaking anything. And that's what I would do in these situations. I just talk myself out. Oh, yeah, sure. You know, I'm sure you could, and walk away type thing. So I was 18, and, you know, at that point in time in school, you don't have classes every single second. You do have like at least 1 hour free a day. So during one of these hour frees, we had like a common room where you'd all get together, and, you know, you're meant to study for your next class. And of course, no one did. You just sit there and bullshit with each other. And this one kid, I remember talking to him, and he was like, wow, so, you know, and he was interested. He wanted to know about it. And he wasn't being a douchebag up until a certain point anyway. And he's like, you know, so how much do they teach you? They teach you how to deal with a gun? And I'm like, well, not really, because, I mean, let's be honest, if someone's got a gun pointed at you, the bullet's going to move faster than you. There's nothing you can do about that. So for the most part, training with guns is pointless, because there's nothing. A, we live in England, there's, you know, no guns anyway. B, there's nothing you're going to do if someone pulls a gun on you. Like, Taekwondo is not going to help you. You need to just not have the gun pulled on you. So, I'm like, but knives is something we do, you know, pay attention. Knives, baseball bats, pull cues, stuff that, you know, someone could, you know, very likely pick up and pull on you. And of course, this douchebag has a knife, and he pulls out a knife, and he's like, oh, like this? You mean, what would you do in this situation? What would you do? And he was kind of smiling. Like, I mean, he wasn't being serious, but he wasn't being 100%, you know, funny either, if you get my meaning. Like, he wasn't only, you know, just fucking around. He was kind of, had that, see, I've got the one up on you now. I've got a knife. What are you going to do about that? And we both kind of stood up as it happened, and we were in, you know, sort of a common room with a lot of chairs around. And he pulls this knife on me, and I look at him for sort of half a second, and then it's kind of like, you don't mean to, but your training just, it feels so weird to say this, but your training does kick in. Like, think about it this way. Like, I did a block 300,000 times. If anyone ever tries to punch me in the face, like, I'm not going to think about blocking. I'm just going to block. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even going to come as a thought process. And at this point, when I'm 18 and I'm sort of have been doing this constantly for 5 or 6 years straight, it really wasn't a thought as to what I would do. I knew exactly how to deal with a situation. And I thought about it for, I remember, half a second, and then hormones kicked in, and I made the wrong call, and I'm still ashamed of this to this day. But basically what I did is I grabbed his wrist that held the knife, twisted it around 180 degrees, so he's like all twisted back and sort of screaming out in pain. I grabbed the knife with the other hand, pulled it off him. I pull his hand around his neck now, and then kick his feet out from underneath him. So now he's leaning up against me, his feet are out, sprawled out, and I'm choking him with his own hand. I close the knife, because it was just one of those flip knives, and I put my hand with the knife enclosed in it, like there's no danger to him at all, up against his neck. And I'm like, that's what I would do. Now fuck off. And I pushed him up against the chairs, and he fell up to the chairs, and I grabbed my bag and I walked out, and I was like, that was not a great moment for Verbal, but, you know, Same time, that's the training, and what do you do? I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Hope you guys enjoyed the tactical nuke that Tino's was able to pull out, and I will catch you guys all later, hopefully at the John Bon Jovi concert on Tuesday. Take it easy, guys. I will talk to you soon.